What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So first things first, this is going to be a duo dragon video. However, I just saw this message posted by my clanmate, Pack, said PayPal raid 2023. I 100% thought this was just a troll. However, I entered it and it's actually true. PayPal raid 2023. This is absolutely hilarious and it gives us Sanctum Protector. I'll tell you one thing, Raid is not protecting our credit cards and our wallets whatsoever. They are raiding it 100%, stealing all the money. We got some Spirit Brews, some energy. I don't know. That was just pretty funny to me, to be honest. PayPal Raid 2023 is the promo code. So I guess Raid is partnering with PayPal. Oh, that's going to be interesting. But either way, guys, let's talk about the duo Stage 10 Dragon Hard Team using two champions that I've done a video on before. I actually built these two champions on stream. However, at the time, the run was not 100%. So I wasn't for sure how well it was going to work. I made some adjustments, and now it is official. It's not 100%. Unfortunately, I did 30 runs, 30 were successful. And then I did 72 runs, and one failed. And I was like, man, that sucks. Because 100% would have looked so much better in the thumbnail than 99%. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I gotta be honest with you guys. So here we go. This is the team I'm working on right now, but the team that is the duo is Elva plus Nishak. This is probably gonna be the fastest, most consistent duo team. Now there's some changes you can make to this team to make it even faster, which I don't have right now. And there's a lot of different changes you can make, but honestly, Elva is the most important. As long as she can survive, you're gonna be fine. When you get to the boss, Nishak places so many poisons from those bombs that the boss is going to die pretty easily. And honestly, the one fail that I have, I don't even know what caused it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump in here, show you guys the match, and yeah, you guys can go from there. So I'm going to show you all the match, then we'll show you the presets, and then we'll show you the actual gear. Man, that PayPal Raid 2023 thing, that was pretty funny to me. That was pretty funny. I 100% thought it was a troll. So as far as Nishak goes, I haven't built with 100% crit rate, I do believe, which isn't needed. It does help clear the waves maybe a little bit faster. But honestly, I think building more attack is probably going to help you even more because his bombs scale with attack. So it's kind of a balance there, right? Like if you can get a lot of attack, then it's going to do more damage than that crit from his A3 and his A2 ability would do. So just test it out however you see fit. Try out some different things, and you should come to a sweet spot. Now, with my Nishak build currently, I think he's like 250 speed, which I'll show you all the stats after this. He's fairly fast. He doesn't have to be very fast whatsoever. I do like for him to be faster than the boss when we actually get to the boss stage so that he's able to place those bombs as soon as possible because he's currently built to not survive. Like, I don't really care if he dies. I don't care if he survives. I don't really care as long as he places some bombs. However, if you build him to actually survive on the dragon, whether it's with regeneration, immortal, stalwart gear, defiant gear if you have it, whatever it may be, if you can make your Nishak survive at least a couple hits, that's going to make the run significantly faster. And you're going to see that in just a few minutes. Elva is still going to be rezzing the food. You can even turn the rezzes off on the food, on the waves if you wanted, as long as you made your Nishak able to survive guaranteed throughout the waves. I don't have mine currently set to do that, so the run's going to take a little bit longer. But if you make your Nishak strong enough to survive the waves and strong enough to survive most of the dragon, you can turn Elva's res off through the waves, keep it on for the dragon, and your run's probably going to be like 2 minutes, 20 seconds maybe, if that. It's going to be a pretty fast run. I mean, duo champions, 2-minute run-ish is pretty impressive. I mean, there's plenty of dragon teams that are not even 2 minutes with an entire team. And this way, you're going to pick up some extra experience as you're farming for that mythic gear. Right now, we have the 2x speed drops, which I've done at this point a little bit over 100 runs, and I don't have anything great yet, unfortunately. Here we go. We're on the boss. We have Brimstone on Nishak. Elva, doesn't matter. You're not going to put her with accuracy, so Brimstone doesn't matter whatsoever. I have her in polymorph, which this dragon's not turning into a sheep, though that would be cool. If we could turn the dragon into a sheep, that would be cool. He's just, nothing's coming from Elva. No blessings that I really care about. I use her in the arena, so honestly, I would just focus on that. You're not building her for accuracy, like I said. So here we go. Resin Nishak, get in some more bombs. The run can take longer if the timing of the reses gets messed up, but 2 minutes and 45 seconds has been the average over the 100 runs that I've done. So here we go. This should be the last one. Brimstone popped. Boom. There we go. And the dragon should die. There we go. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Very nice. Flat HP boots, guys. Even if we get the speed stuff, it's going to be flat HP boots. I could roll it. I could get double roll speed. But who wants double roll speed on flat HP? On a rare piece. That's not good. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you guys a screenshot so you can trust me. I'm gonna show you all the screenshots we have going on here. All right, so Nishak and Elva. This one right here, this is the first one that I did. And 30 out of 30, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have 100% success. This is gonna be 100% consistent, and I'm gonna be able to make a clickbait thumbnail, which is not really clickbait because it's 100% honest. Unfortunately, it became 1% less honest if I would have used that thumbnail, because then I did 70 more matches, which these are separate. This is not all the same one. 2 minutes and 45-second average. I can't prove that it's not the same one, but it's not the same one. 30 out of 30. And then we have 71 out of 72. So a 98.6% success. Unfortunately, we lost one. So we did 102 matches. So 102. So 101 divided by 102 is 99% success, which is pretty daggone impressive. And you can make this 100%. I do believe. I don't think they died on the waves. I bet it was on the dragon, and it was like really bad timing with the reses. So when it comes to these champions builds, you don't have to have Defiant gear. Defiant, or at least not a full set of Defiant gear. On my Elva, whoa, she has no boots. That's a fluke. She should have boots on 100%. That is 100% a fluke. In the actual runs that I did, she did have boots on. Let me go in here and change that real quick because she actually had these boots on specifically. However, that's pretty interesting that with no boots, she still did this. That's pretty cool. But here we go. We have Defiant gear. So Defiant gear is going to make you take 15% less damage from that AoE attacks from the dragon, which is everything he does. So you're taking 15 plus 15 plus 15. So 45% less damage from the dragon, which helps out immensely. It is so beneficial. However, there's a set that's not so pay to win that is very good. Very close. It is the Stalwart set. Minus 30% damage taken from enemy AoE attacks. So just throw on Stalwart. If you have an extra piece of Defiant or extra 2 pieces of Defiant, do Defiant plus Stalwart. It's still going to give you that 45% AoE damage reduction. Or throw on Stalwart plus Immortal. And it should work fine. But as far as her stats go, push up the HP, push up the defense. HP, the more the better, basically. The more HP you can get, the better it's going to be. Defense, I would shoot for 4,000 if you can, but 3,400 should be like your goal. 34, 32, somewhere around there. Honestly, push up the defense. The HP is going to be the main focus, though. Really try to focus on getting the HP good. Obviously, we got more defense because of the Defiant set, giving us extra defense per set finished. So defense, HP, very important for her. Now, as far as the speed, I like to think that 250 speed is your goal when you get to the dragon, 251. However, we just did it with 215 speed. She does bring a speed aura, so you can gear your champions with a little bit less speed. She also brings an increased speed from her A2 ability. Once again, you can gear your champions with a little bit less speed. And while I'm saying 250 is the needed amount, that's what I had in the actual runs. Apparently 215 can actually do pretty well also. But to be safe, shoot for 251. Now, as far as resistance and accuracy, couldn't care less. No resistance, no accuracy needed. If you want to build her with resistance, feel free. Maybe use her in the arena. It's not going to hurt anything, but you don't need it. Now, as far as her books, A1 doesn't need books. A2 needs books. A3 can use the books, okay? Go ahead and book it. A3 book it. A2 book it. If you get lucky, don't book the A1. But most likely, you're not going to get lucky, and you're going to book everything when trying to go for anything, basically. As far as the blessings, we got Polymorph. But in reality, if you wanted something actually beneficial, you could go things like Intimidating Presence. There's not really going to be a whole lot that you really need here. Elva is just so good when it comes to keeping everybody alive. As far as champions that can replace her, it's pretty difficult. Like, she carries this. You can replace Nishak with basically any champion, to be honest, but she just really carries this. Nishak's role is just clearing the waves and then killing the dragon, but to be honest, he can be replaced with so many different champions. Like, it's crazy the amount of champions that could replace him. I'm using Nishak. I think he's probably the fastest, but Elva, not really going to be replaced very easily, possibly with Sifi, but I haven't tested that. So our masteries are here. We do have Timely Intervention for some turn meter boost whenever allies die. She's going to do so many reses that allies are going to drop below that 25% HP pretty often. So there we go. That's our masteries. Now, as far as the Nishak build goes, like I said, there's a ton of different champions who can fill in his role. So if you're using him in Bommel, you can use him here as well. It may not be as fast, may not be as smooth, but it should be consistent. Like I said, you just want Elva to make sure she survives. When you get to the dragon, that's going to be where the main issues would come from, because he's not actually placing bombs if he's too squishy and too slow. But if you have him decent speed, can survive some hits, then you should be fine. And if you want to make it even safer, you could throw him in Regeneration plus Immortal or Stalwart plus Defiant, Stalwart plus Immortal to make him tanky, cut back a little bit on the actual crit rate or whatever. I actually have him low crit rate, so he's just full attack right now. Cut back on some of those stats, make him tanky so when he gets to the dragon, he never dies, places a ton of bombs, ton of poisons, and then makes the run quite a bit faster. Some of my best times were like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I think, and that was when he was built tankier. But this is the build I currently have. So as far as the stats needed for him, what you're going to be shooting for is good HP. You don't want to just die in one hit, but you don't really care that much about HP, honestly. At least I don't. As far as attack, shoot for as much attack as you can get. However, the attack is really just scaling for the bombs on the waves, because when you get to the actual boss, the bombs, they're going to be a nice little extra damage source, but they're not going to do that much. The main damage is going to come from all of those poisons that are being placed, which are a ton. So a ton of poisons, that's going to be your main focus, main source of damage, as well as Brimstone. Try to get some blessings on him. It reduces the damage he takes on stage 10 or hard mode dungeons, as well as gives him Brimstone, which is a huge boost in your damage. So clicking back and forth from that for absolutely no reason, guys. As far as the speed, you kind of want him to be 251 plus by the time he gets to the dragon. The dragon speed is 250. So if you pick up the masteries like Whirlwind of Death, if you pick up the mastery like Spirit Haste, he's going to be able to get to that 251 pretty easily, especially with Elva's speed aura. So you can have his speed very, very low. So just try to be 251 by the time you get to the dragon. So at least you know, hey, I'm going to get a few bombs up as soon as the match starts. As far as his resistance, not needed. As far as accuracy, you want to make sure you're at least 335. Here is the numbers you need. So accuracy, 345 accuracy, resistance, 435 resistance, and 251 speed. We don't care about resistance here, but if you're building a champion where you do care about resistance, that's what you're going to shoot for. So this is for Dragon Hard 10. So there you go. Pretty simple stuff. As far as his masteries go, we got a Oppressor right now, but you could definitely go things like Giant Slayer. If you're using him for a Bommal build, that should work perfectly fine, honestly. Like I said, as long as Elva stays alive, that's really going to be your main focus. You can use other damage dealers. You could probably use Dark Kayle. You could probably use Venom Mage. There's a lot of different champions you could use here, and it's not going to be too much of an issue. This, I would just believe, is the fastest one. So now as far as the presets go, which are fairly important, mostly for keeping it sped up, but they're pretty important in general. So if you're using this build and you want to make sure the waves are pretty safe, go ahead and keep everything on for Elva, round 1, round 2, round 3. Everything stays on. For Nishak, everything's default. So actually, we don't even need the team preset. We just need the champions. We don't need any presets whatsoever, so you can just throw the 2 champions in there. But if you want to make it faster, then you could turn Elva's res off on wave 1 and 2, keep it on for the boss, and you're going to be fine. So you can play around with some of the presets if you really want to, but honestly, just leave it open. Make Elva actually res during the waves. It may take a few extra seconds, but it's going to make it so much more consistent, because there's times where Nishak could die on the waves, even if he's built to be really tanky. And if he dies and Elva's set to not res, then it's just going to be a messy situation. The food's going to die really fast. They're probably never going to get a turn. So it won't take that much extra time, but it could be the difference between 99% success and 70% success. Okay, so one of them, garbage. It's a 70% success one. So guys, enjoy the brand new promo code PayPalRaid2023. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content right here, this Dragon 10 Hard. I have another Dragon video coming out within the next few days, so stay on the lookout for that. I'm going to try to be a 100% success, or maybe 99, 97, 98, who knows, percent success Dragon 10 Hard solo champion build. So I'm going to test that. Speaking of, guys, if you don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below, because man, I have no resources left. That's just really why, because I have no resources left, and making these videos sometimes takes quite a bit, especially when my champions like to do some goofy shenanigans and make my run not consistent. So thankfully, to PayPal, we have 1 extra energy refill. There we go. So I'm going to use that towards testing some more duo solo content for Dragon. Dragon and Spider are going to be my main focus. And then Ice Golem, it's going to be on the back burner. And then Fire Knight, garbage. Absolutely garbage. Right now, my Fire Knight team, in case you're curious, stage 25 is just these 2. Just Allure and Kayle, Dark Kayle. Pretty easy stuff. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and the promo code. And I'll catch you all in the next video.